Testing, testing. Hello, hello. How we doing, folks? We're early today instead of late. I'm usually like 2 minutes late. Not today. Testing, hello. Ooh, I'm getting some crackle in the mic. Do you guys hear that, or is that just in my headphones? Always something with the audio, man. Always something. Hold on. Chris, Jewel, good to see you. Ransom One. Yo, John is in the chat. Can't hear you at all. What? Oh, now we can. I'm hearing crackle in my headphones, but that might just be the mic or the headphone cable. Let's see. We're on day 10. 1/3. Okay. Okay, no, I cannot hear it on the stream. We're good. How close to 30K? Very, very close. Hold on, let me pull up YouTube Studio. 29,998. We're 2 subs away from 30K. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's been really quick with the daily uploads or daily somethings, whether it's streams or videos. 22,998. I'm going to be refreshing that. Wait, hold on. I think there's a way to pull it up like as a live count. Yeah, there it is. Right monitor. Ooh. 29,998. Crazy. Anyway, how are we feeling, chat? Those of you that are doing the daily challenge, how are we feeling? It's getting to the tough part now. We're 10 days in. We all been grinding for a while. And, but there's still a ways to go. I hope y'all are getting into a flow with it, with creating things. I hear a little crackle. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something about the voiceover on my last video, I was getting issues with the Focusrite. I tried to update the drivers, and then I updated Windows, and I don't know if it's something with that, but I'm hoping it goes away, because it kind of made the process slower yesterday, not gonna lie. So I don't know. Maybe I have to, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I'm getting sluggish, but holding on still. Very tired. Yeah. Yeah. Sawdust in the headphone jack? Or in the mic jack? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like an audio interference, like on the computer end. Maybe I plug it into my laptop and see if that works. But for now, we deal. I've been working on my book, being consistent with about 500 words a day. Nice. Nice. Getting inspired has started to feel different. The whole picture for the next thing to do is much quicker to form. That is what it's all for. And I'm telling you, if you make it through making something every day for October, November 1st, you'll be killing it. Take that pressure off, but keep the momentum. It's so big. Because I've been doing this for a couple years now, and not like the fully produced main channel videos. It was just like little video journal entries, kind of. And every time after the 31 days is over, it's like weight lifted, but new momentum, new energy. And like really good things have happened in November after after all this. So the first year, like, I did my daily little videos, and then I started taking YouTube a little more serious after that, and that's where I got some of my first views. And then last year, after I did it for 31 days, I carried that momentum into weekly videos, which took me even further. And I have a feeling it's going to be the same here. I don't want to promise anything yet, but I'm feeling decent right now, like feeling tired of having the pressure of doing everything or doing something every day. At least like posting something every day. I usually work every day, but the public facing aspect of it is a whole nother level. But I think I'm going to try to keep going with it after October. Not literally posting or streaming every day, but like the more frequent uploads. Like I'm going to start doing 2 or 3 day projects instead of weekly. Not that there won't ever be weekly gaps if I decide to do a really big one that takes a handful of days, but I think with just how much better and faster I'm getting at editing, like there's going to be videos quicker. I've been working on a sewing project, hand sewing a 1950s batwing blouse and setting up the growing station for next year's balcony garden. I love it. I love it. Made headway on my end table. Tired as a moe. I feel ya. Took off a day with the hurricane, but today I'm producing for school again. Nice, nice. Hope you stayed safe with the hurricane and everything. It's getting crazy out there. What are we at? 29,998. I bet we'll hit 30 on the stream. I mean, we for sure will. For sure. That's a crazy number. Also, just on the finance end of it, like, I'm still at the stage where I'm trying to, like, just pay my bills from this. Like, it's not even... My goal is not making a good living yet. My goal is just to, like, not miss rent payments. And honestly, the more frequent videos has been good for that. Not that I'm all driven by money, but realizing that I don't have to be as perfectionist with things to get them done. And at the end of the day, it's better to have more touch points with the audience and just be making more. Unsub for the funsies. Yeah, can we get it down to 20K, folks? No, not really. Dylan, what's up? Check again. Oh! 30,001. That was a quick 3. Thank you for whoever just subscribed. 30K. 30K. Ooh, there's another one. Hell yeah. That's a certified hell yeah. I love it. Let's look up a 30,000 person stadium. What stadiums can be filled? List of U.S. stadiums by capacity. None of these we can fill. We're about at Nashville, Tennessee. Geodis Park. Don't know how to say that. Nice. Soon we'll break the Waldo Stadium in Kalamazoo, Michigan. In another 198 subscribers. I don't know, that's crazy. That's crazy. Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this is where we're at. Crazy. Congratulations in the chat. Thank you everybody for the congrats. The Waldo would be big for this channel. It would. All right, this is where I'm announcing that I'm going on a stadium tour. No Madison Square Garden yet. Just humble Waldo Stadium. or the Kalamazoo, Michigan Stadium. I will be setting up a circular saw and a palm sander in the middle of the stadium, and we'll put together shitty tables for a live audience. I will also be driving in circles in the Tucson, but not burnouts or donuts because it is front wheel drive. You better get sponsored by Harbor Freight. Maybe one day. Hey, haven't I finally got time for the live? Good to have you here, Edgar. How do you still have money? I don't. I do not. Just odds and ends. I mean, YouTube does pay, but not enough. And then there are some kind folks on. I haven't officially launched it or talked about it a lot, but if you go to evanmonsma.com, you can throw me a couple dollars if you would like. So there's a handful of people giving 5 or 10 a month, and that has been a big help as well. I actually would have, without these people, I actually literally would have missed rent payments in September. So I appreciate all of you that have sent a couple bucks over there. But we're getting there. You got to add a way to give more. You can, if you put the $10 tier, you can put a custom amount and donate however much you want. So actually the reason September bills got paid is because one kind soul decided to give $50 a month. And so that's the reason that that happened. So I'm living off of the kindness of strangers, even though, I mean, you can do the math there of 15 people giving $5 a month, 15 people giving $10 a month. It's $200, and then YouTube pays between $3 and $4 for 1,000 views. So there's $100 here and there coming in. So I'm just scraping together the money. But with the daily videos, it's getting slightly better to the point where I maybe don't have to sell camera gear to live. I'm not trying to be a pity party or anything. This is fun for me because I'm just like a bachelor living my life, and I don't need that much money to survive. So it's all a fun challenge for me. It's not a big deal. You have plenty of camera gear to sell. That's true. Not a lot that I want to sell, but there's a couple things that I can do. I sent an envelope to the P.O. box and it should be coming soon. I will check for that. I was meaning to check today, but then I got stuck in traffic way longer than I thought, which is why I'm live at 7 p.m. instead of 6. I went to the Lowe's to try to buy a whetstone to sharpen my planer that you may have seen in yesterday's video. I get this at that antique store, and so the next video will be me learning how to restore this thing and get it working. So I needed a whetstone to grind down that blade and get it sharp again, but Lowe's didn't have the one that I thought they had. So I went to Harbor Freight instead, and ended up buying a little more than I thought I would because I keep losing my safety glasses and my respirators. So I got one of their $15 respirators to save my lungs from lead paint, and a couple pairs of safety glasses so I can leave them in my car and everywhere so that I don't. My problem is if there's not a pair of safety glasses easily accessible, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Just do this. And then the safety squints. But I need to be better about that, so I bought a couple of those $2 safety glasses. Not Harbor Freight equals not a W. Yep. Lowe's did not come through. Harbor Freight did. Well, we have yet to see if Harbor Freight came through, because their little $2 sanding block, or it was more like $4 actually. Where is it? So I actually don't know if this is what I need. I don't know if it's wide enough. Well, we can check right now. Okay, that is about the exact width of the blade. So I just have to be really accurate when I'm knocking it down. But they don't give grit numbers on this sharpening stone. It just says medium and fine grit, but it doesn't say the numbers. And so I don't know if by fine grit they mean like 600 or 6,000. So I actually have no idea if this is what I need, but I'm going to figure it out. Worst case, I can make a sanding block with like some high grit sandpaper, because I have a feeling that this is not in the thousands. I have a feeling this is less than that. So worst case, I just stick a sandpaper onto a 2x4 and use that, but we'll see. We'll see. You can use sandpaper up to 1200. Can you not go beyond that? I think I have like 3,000 and 4,000 sandpaper. I don't know if that'll do the trick, but I'm sure I can get it decent enough that it'll cut stuff. We'll see. Take the blade out, of course. Yeah, I've been researching all day of how to do it. I'm learning things. I'll probably not do it correctly still, but especially because I don't have a honing guide. That's one thing I was looking for at Lowe's that they said they had and they didn't. And Harbor Freight does not have one of those, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to make a custom honing guide where it's just like a cut out of a piece of wood and get the angles I need that way. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the video will be titled something along the lines of how sharp can you get a hand planer with $10 or something. We want Evan to be alive through every project he does. True. Me too. Gotta get some sleep. I wanted to say hey from Scotland. Found you via Miscast. You're doing great things. Looking forward to more. Thank you, Mac. Yeah, it's pretty late in Scotland, huh? Paul Sellers videos. I think that's the one I watched. Can't remember. How long does it take you to edit your videos? Used to be really long. I used to tally it when I was doing weekly and monthly videos. I would tally it more often. And like older videos, like if I scroll down to the Cleveland era, like the office chair video literally took me like 3 months to make. That was mostly filming, but you know, it took a week or two to edit. And then like I was getting faster up here as I was getting to weekly. But like the car video, I remember tallying it up and it was like 70 to 80 hours total, filming, editing included, and editing was most of that. So it was like probably like 40, 50 hours editing, which is just stupid. But that's what I was doing in the weekly era. At least 3 or 4 days of editing. But now with the daily, I'm getting better. The first day, the old door video was all filmed before. This was all filmed before October 1st, so I just had to edit that day. I think it was 8 or 9 hours all in. Birthday cake was the first true daily video. That was a mess because filming took a while from drying all the wood glue and stain and stuff. But that was a couple hours of editing. I think I started the edit while stuff was drying, so it was split. I don't know exactly how long it took. But then the last 4, I've been getting into the swing of it a little bit. And these have all been 6 to 8 hour edits. And then these last 2, where I dropped to smaller projects, were maybe 3 hour shoot, 4 or 5 hour edit. So I'm consistently getting quicker with it. And the smaller projects help, obviously. I saw an antique photography light. It's not for sale anymore. It was free. Dang. Yeah, you got to be quick with that Facebook Marketplace stuff, if that's where it was. Greetings from Germany, 1:23 a.m. Oh boy. Oh boy. Up late. Got a cheap sharpening guide and some cheap diamond plates. Tuning up to the chisels takes only a few minutes now. I saw Harbor Freight had like a $15 diamond, diamond plate block. But that one said it was like 150, 200, 400, 600 grit. And I was under the impression that you had to go a lot higher than 600. But I'm not sure. I mean, first things first, I just need to knock the chips out of it to get it flat. So I'm sure whatever will work for that. I'm just going to grind it down on this thing. I freehand sharpen all my blades and chisels. Take some trial and error to do it without a guide. I might try to do that if I find the custom jig to be too finicky. But in theory, like, making a custom jig could be better than a honing guide, because then I set it like exactly the same every time. But I don't know. We'll see. Pick up a 3D printer on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Being able to design and print guides and tooling is a game changer. Oh, I didn't even think about 3D printing a honing guide. That's a good idea. I do have a 3D printer in a box. I haven't set it up yet. Sent kindly by No Name, who is usually in the chat. I need to set that up. That's part of what this whole desk build over here is for, is I need space for that 3D printer. My problem right now is I don't remember how to 3D model. I learned on Autodesk Inventor, which is mainly just like 2D sketch, extrude, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just not familiar with any other work process when it comes to 3D modeling. And obviously I don't have access to Inventor anymore because that was through like a student thing or whatever. So I'm just out in the cold when it comes to 3D modeling. If anybody has recommendations for free or cheap software, I've heard Blender's good, but I just don't, I haven't figured out Blender yet because I'm like I'm only used to the 2D sketch extrusion way of doing things, and I haven't figured out how to do that in Blender, if that is a thing. Tinkercad? Not Tinkercad. There's debate. Fusion 360 pretty much is Inventor. Is that free? There is an extrude function in Blender. Okay. Rhino 3D, free version of Fusion. Okay. Well, if Fusion 360 is going to be the closest to Inventor, that's going to be the quickest thing for me to pick up. Hey, there's No Name. How's it going? I guarantee your computer right now has a program that can do it because all versions of Windows have a program called 3D Builder. Really? Oh, I don't have it, but I think I've seen that before. Is that what they rebranded Paint 3D into? I feel like I remember that being a thing. But yeah, anything that has 2D sketches, make measurements, like if I can say, make a 1-inch cube and then take a, 3/4 inch circle out of it and extrude, like that's all I need. I don't need anything crazy, just measurements and extrusions. Doing CAD and Blender is not at all advisable. That's the vibe I got. I'm sure it's doable, but the vibe I got is that it's like a workaround. It's like animating in Photoshop or something. Not Blender, more art than mechanics. Yeah. What I also need eventually is like, I want to figure out how to integrate 3D scans from a phone and clean those up, because 3D scanning is going to be a part of my workflow for certain things for sure. But I'll figure all that out. Where do you get your lights? I'm trying to brighten up my space because I only have one lamp. Not sure if I can hook up a rotary encoder to control all the lights like yours. Can't afford Arduino. Mine's not a rotary encoder or anything. It's literally, I don't know if this will reach up there. Boom. This switch panel. Just a couple switches on an outlet. Look up under desk surge protector, something like that. You can find them at thrift stores sometimes. It's labeled like the labels on it. I guess I covered them, but it was like printer, monitor, stuff like that. So the idea was you would put it under your PC or under your monitor, and then you could flip on and off all your auxiliary things. So those are nice for having little switches for all your lights. Where do I find my lights? All these arm lamps that I was showing in yesterday's video are from Goodwill. Just a couple bucks. And then like the big panel lights up there, that's literally just under cabinet lights from the hardware store. I just buy whatever's on clearance because I don't care what they look like. So like all the panel lights in there were like a $15 set. And then occasionally I pick up stuff from antique stores or random things, like those two little hanging lamps right here was an antique store find or maybe an estate sale. Just stick light bulbs in those. This one is also just like some random cabinet light. These, I'm mirrored. These right here are old-fashioned halogen movie lights where you just screw in light bulbs, and they have like a quarter 20 screw for tripods. Those were also an antique store find, $10 each. So I've never paid more than $10 or $20 for a single light for all of these. Obviously the video lighting is different. Like the big light that's lighting me right now is like specifically a video production light. Those are more expensive. I think that one was like $150, $200. But for basic workshop lighting, you can grab a lot of stuff for cheap. The main light you have for filming, what is it? That's a Nan light, Forza 60 something like that. I think they raised the price. They might be like $250 now or something, but I got it used for a pretty good deal. Actually, fun fact, this one, let's see if I can get it wide enough for you to see it. That thing with the softbox. I guess the light was $200 and then the softbox is another $60 or something. So I'm not convinced I need that. I think I could have made something for cheaper. But fun fact about it, that exact light is from YC Imaging. This guy. I bought it off of him when he was doing a gear sale. Where is it? I think he had a YouTube short on it. I think it's this one. Yeah, so this is the exact, not the same model. This is the exact one that's in my room right now. Is this one that he reviewed. Oh, $300, I guess. But I bought it used for $200. So that's kind of cool. Hard to find a good antique store in California. Dang. I'm not familiar with the scene out there, but here in the Midwest, there's a lot of old folks that like that kind of thing. So I'm just hoping they don't all go out of business. The aesthetics of your shop is stellar. Thank you. Is your light still on the roof? No, it's this one right here. I stuck it on my roof for artificial sunlight in a video the other day. Let me show you the shots, actually. Was it the workbench tools? No, it was the sewing machines. They're all blending together now. So, this is just a little lighting fun thing. So this shot is real sunlight, right? That was filmed in the middle of the day, and then I had a hard cut to the final B-roll. This shot is fake sunlight. So, from this to that, real daylight, fake sunlight. And you can actually see it in some of these shots. See right here? You can see that it's not real sunlight. You see the corners there. It's just my softbox laying on the roof. So that was a funny little thing. Truman Show ass lighting. True. Did you get it autographed? No, that would have been cool. Maybe one day if I meet him. Where do you get your plants? Where did I get my plants? Just random hardware store stuff. Lowe's. Whatever. That one is... I've had that one for a long time. If you go back on my channel, you can see it years ago, looking much smaller. I wonder if it was in my first video. Is it in this video? I don't think it is. Nah, but it's been there for a while, and it's gotten big and strong. Kroger here in the Midwest has plants for cheap, but the other ones I just buy at Lowe's, Harbor Freight, or not Harbor Freight. If Harbor Freight sold plants, that'd be sick. I'm at Home Depot. Now this one, this big and tall, strong boy, was free, which is sick because plants are kind of expensive. This was on the side of the road. Somebody was throwing it away. When someone moved out of a house in my neighborhood, they just left this thing. And then the new people that moved in just threw it out. So I picked it up off the side of the road. It's still looking a little rough. Some of the leaves are brown, but it's getting better. I've been pruning it. And I checked the pot. The label on the pot says $180. So I got a $180 plant for free. And then I'm also cultivating some little babies, some little offcuts. I know a guy that takes care of a lot of plants, and he snipped off some stems from a couple things, and I've been growing those in water, hydroponic type stuff, and just waiting for them to grow their roots big enough that I can transfer them to soil. So I've got 3 tiny little plants that are now rooting big enough that I think I'm going to try to like 3D print some custom pots for them. So that'll be a daily video probably. You should grow weed. Unfortunately, in Indiana, I don't... Wait, yeah, obviously, no, you can't. In Michigan, maybe in Ohio now, but no, not here in Indiana. You found one plant on the side of the road. Yup. I wish I could drive as a 13-year-old. I need to find the side of the road stuff. Get a bike. I don't know. You'll get there. Make sure you make it waterproof. Yeah. I need them like 2-tier so that it drains out of the pot, and then I need a dish under it that catches all that. Evan's Marijuana Farm. Yeah, that'd be an arc. If I do like Jeremy Clarkson and just quit everything and just become a farmer. If you know anyone with rabbits or guinea pigs, you can make manure tea for your plants. I do know somebody with a rabbit. That is an interesting idea. I came in and heard I'm also cultivating little babies. I thought about that when I said it, like out of context. I hope somebody clicked in there, so I'm glad you did. I was talking about plants, not real babies. Just a decorative serving dish to catch the water off the plants. Yeah. Anything south of Eugene sucks for antique on the Pacific coast. Interesting. They do have thrift stores, though, although those aren't cheap. It's a different kind of people out there than here in the Midwest, you know? Not as thrifty folks, I imagine. Look at the auto-watering 3D prints from Mikolas Zuza. I will check that out. I'm also thinking about 3D printing molds and then making concrete ones. Like, pour some Quickcrete into a 3D printed mold. That might be an option. Congrats on 30K. Thank you. Thank you. What are we at now? Let's refresh. Oh, it dropped one. 3003. Thank you to whoever subscribed just to get me past 30K and then unsubscribed. I appreciate you. Gonna make dinner beef bulgogi. I'll be back later if you're still live. Thank you. Thank you. I've got dozens of antique stores within an hour of me in Slow County, California. Sick. Yeah, I didn't realize, but Indianapolis is like a pretty good thrifting town. There's a couple. Honestly, the antique store that I went to yesterday that you saw the footage from is not the one I intended to go to. I looked up the wrong one. I had not been to that one before. But there was a different one that I have been to that I was trying to go to that I knew for a fact had springs. And then I accidentally ended up at a different one that's even cooler. Sadly, the antique stores around Ottawa are retiring. They'll be missed. Yeah, I don't know if the one that I went to is retiring or going out of business. I kind of want to go back and ask because, I don't know, I'm just curious. Like, is the business not there anymore, or is it just like an old guy's running it that just wants to retire? I don't know. Should ask him how much. There was a lot of comments saying you should take it over. Like, I wonder. I don't got money, but I wonder how much it would cost. Wouldn't that be so sick? Just do daily live streams, POV, antique store merchant. That'd be sweet. I want to build a desk like yours, but I have a bunk over my desk. Should I build a loft bunk bed? My room is like 30 feet. Your room is 30 feet tall? Damn. Yeah, take advantage of that. But also, if you're not experienced, don't like make something that could fall on you and kill you in your sleep, you know? Stock up on bits and bobs at the shop. It'll be a good excuse for a conversation. I'm planning on going like every day until they close, because what they're doing right now, when I went in, they had 30% off everything for closing, and they're adding another 10% every week until they close. So it's going to be 90% off. They're just going to clear out. So I'm going to become a regular there very quickly and probably go extremely broke. But I'm just going to buy everything. Closing sale, hell yeah. I honestly forgot what HLYH meant for a second, and then I remembered. Hell yeah. Do you make your own music for videos? I do. I need opinions from the chat. Has it become annoying? Because I haven't made any new music in a while. Have you noticed that I've been reusing music? Has it been annoying? At the end of the day, I think it's fine, but I do want to make some new stuff instead of, because I know with the more frequent video production, I haven't been able to make new ones for each video like I tried to do before. Gonna share my plants in the Discord general? Hell yeah. I love it. I will check them out. Can I drill holes into mattress to mount lights like yours? What do you mean? Like mount these under your mattress? You would have a little spoke poking out and under your mattress. And also, depending on how you wire it, you don't want wires running under your mattress because that could catch fire or something. What I did is instead of mounting them directly into the plywood above it, I added these wood boards and mounted them to that, so I still have access above it, and so it doesn't poke up into the storage space up there. So that's what I would recommend doing. Release on Spotify? Maybe. Not a bad move. I'm going to put them all on my website. All the season 1 ones are on my second channel, Bevman, Bevman. The season 2 ones, there's like 8 or 10 more, have not been posted in full anywhere. I'm going to put them up on the website so you can get downloads of everything. The music is fine. Other creatives use the same music over and over. It's just a matter of exposure. Yeah, I'm like having an internal debate over whether it's nicer to have like a recognizable set of music that feels familiar, or if it's annoying and I need to switch it up. So I don't know. Oh, thanks, John, for banning him. What did he say? Can you text me what he said, John? Didn't notice the difference in music that much. The theme is nice. Nice. Okay, good. That's what I'm going for. That was an accident? Well, you know. He's 13. He can come back later. That's funny. If you're going to be accidentally banning people, bro. Viewed. Oh, I can view deleted messages. Oh, it was a timeout. I see. He'll be back. Sorry about that. I don't think I can pull him out of timeout. Sorry, tech stuff. Oh, there, he's back. Welcome back. I was worried you said something bad and got banned. If the music is annoying, we'll mention it in the comments. Sweet. I try to be low-key with it. What do you use to make your website? It's Fourth Wall. It's just like a Patreon competitor that lets you use your own URL. There's a lot of big creators that are on it that run their merch sites from it or subscription sites. Like MKBHD runs his merch site through Fourth Wall. TMG Studios, rest in peace. They run their whole membership thing through that. There's plenty of other podcasts that run. It's a pretty popular thing for podcasts. It's fine as long as there isn't like 6 vids straight with the same music. Okay, good to know. Because I've got like 18 of them right now that I switch between. About to build the bunk bed with pallet wood. Be careful with pallet wood because it might not support a ton of weight. If you overbuild it, it can be fine. The other thing with pallet wood is make sure it's not moldy, because if you're picking up pallet wood on the side of the road, if it's been moist for a while, it can get mold on it. So just look over the stuff that you're picking up before you use it, especially for something like a bed frame. Jurian, I didn't know we were streaming. How you doing, Mr. Monsma? By the way, great video today. Loved you say we need to support small used hardware stores. The planer is sick. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of went live out of nowhere today. I didn't have like an hour-long starting soon screen. I just kind of set it and went live because I got stuck in traffic. I was in traffic from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that. Went to Lowe's and then Harbor Freight because Lowe's didn't have what I needed to sharpen the planer. And that took forever. Do you have a pair of calipers for 3D modeling? One in that package with your printer? Yes. Yeah, you did send me one. I appreciate it. I have some like manual calipers, but you sent me digital ones, so that's a lot more handy. Also, all the manual I have 2 sets of manual calipers. One's like the old-fashioned dial, and one of them's a cheapo plastic one. And both of them are in inches. For some reason, I haven't found any manual calipers that have metric, so I'll definitely be using the digital one for that. I appreciate it. 18 is plenty. I think so. I need more with different vibes, because they're all kind of samey, but like also it is a consistent vibe with the videos. But like there's one or two that I use for like tense situations or like conflict arising or whatever. But I feel like maybe I could add some with like a little bit of drum, like chill drums or something. And then like bring them in and out more often, because I usually just run ambient music under the whole thing, fade in and out maybe a little bit. But some slightly more peppy stuff might be nice so that I can have hard cuts in and out and not have it be so samey. Oh, I see, John. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Hey, what's up, man? Want to say thank you for motivating to do shit around my house, even if I suck at it. I love it. Just stay safe, know what you suck at, but keep going. That's my biggest advice. It's okay to suck at things, just know what you suck at that you shouldn't suck at. Don't, wire outlets onto your, don't break electrical code, don't burn down your house, but like patch some drywall poorly, build a fence, build tables. For bed, I recommend you get some quality wood. There's a lot of weight on it compared to a desk or shelf. That is true. Yeah, I use plywood for all the big surfaces. But I've secured some fence wood, some big old slats. That next project is fixing the planer, because then I need to plane down all this old wood. I found some fence wood, and I'm going to build my new desk over in this corner. And that's as far as it goes before it hits the monitor. But this is going to be kind of an L shape. This, and then up against the wall for the 3D printer. And I think I'm going to build that out of the fence wood. And then the hinges that I picked up, oh, they're in a box somewhere. The hinges that I picked up at the antique store yesterday, giant hinges, that's what the bed is going to hinge on. And then I also have hydraulic, what are they called? They're not pistons, are they? Hydraulic struts from my window lift in my car. So when you open the window, it assists in lifting it. And I have old hydraulics from that were too weak to lift the trunk, but they should be strong enough. Well, actually, no, the bed probably weighs about as much. I didn't think about that. But maybe I'll just steal them from the car. In some way, I'm going to repurpose some hydraulics from the trunk of the car to assist in making the bed go up a little easier. And then hinge it big time, and it'll fold up under that new workbench. That's the idea. Somebody asked earlier, I guess I read it and forgot to respond to it. Has this jutting out into the middle of the studio been annoying? It has not, actually. I've been enjoying it. It feels a little more cozy boxed in here. It is nice, I'm not going to lie, having a bed. And like just having that little kind of cubby back here. And my editing station, because this is where the computer is, this is where I edit, feels a little more cozy as well. I've got like this behind me. I end up setting lenses and microphones and stuff down there. It's just a nice little central station for things. What I'm not sure about is having this giant cast iron sewing machine sticking out from it. One day I'm going to stand up into that thing or bump it, and I'm going to be like, why the hell did I put that there? But that hasn't happened yet. Oh, I'm behind on chat. I grew up without a dad teaching me how to do things, so I'm learning everything as I go, and your mentality is pushing me on. I love it. Keep learning. YouTube is the ultimate school. You can learn everything you need to know. Your content video style is reminding me a lot of Van Neistat, another guy I really love. Big Neistat guy over here. We all love Van. Bought several digital calipers over the years that were all defective. I genuinely thought I didn't understand how they worked. Yeah, I've owned one pair before, and it kind of crapped out on me after a year or so. I don't know what's up with them. So I like the manual ones, but I just haven't been able to find any manual ones that are metric, locally at least. Will there ever be a video about the music alone? Yes. I'm trying to get into ambient music making, but none of the guides I find help really. Interesting. Yeah, I do find like music production videos are often really overcomplicated. I try to do as much stuff as possible in like DAWless, like instead of programming a line, like programming a melody and then letting it play and adjusting. I just kind of create my sound and then just ride with that, just record a long thing, and then play over it. And most of them are 3 or 4 tracks just over top each other. I start by looping on a Korg Volca. Just make a little bass line or something, play along to that with the metronome. But yeah, there'll definitely be a video on it at some point. It's been on my short list since Cleveland to do a music production video. But I'm just frankly not that good at it. But the thing with ambient music is that it's extremely forgiving. Like, especially because I'm talking over it, you wouldn't know that like I messed up or that things sound weird because it's just so quiet and I'm talking over it the whole time. They're more like electrical guidelines. Yeah, they exist for a reason, I'm sure. But, you know, sometimes it is tempting to, I was at my buddy Chase's house. He was trying to add some outlets into the basement. And I was like looking at all these lines and I'm like, I'm sure there's spots where we can add boxes, but like I was tracing them back and it's like, oh, this one runs to the HVAC unit. And by code, you're not allowed to run anything off the HVAC unit except for the unit. And same applies to like the furnace. And so there's all kinds of things that you can't splice into. And then even if you are splicing into something else, you have to measure. I don't understand it all, so I'm not going to touch it. Electronics are spooky. Either save off or find doors. Doors are a good one. But even plywood doesn't have to be that expensive. Like a 4x8 of plywood, you can get a decent one for $20. Save up a couple dollars. And sometimes you can luck out and find plywood. I would recommend looking for, I guess you don't have a car, but look for furniture on the side of the road. You can disassemble it for decent wood, as long as it's not particle board furniture. Having bed ready to go to pass out on rather than 5 minutes of prep before going to sleep is gold. It is good, but it's also bad. Part of the reason that I haven't had a bed for so long, like I've not had a bed for longer than I've been on YouTube. Like I haven't had a proper bed frame since I moved out of my parents' house to go to college. Or I guess first semester of college, I had a bunk bed. But then second semester of college, when I didn't have a roommate anymore, I started sleeping on the floor. I converted the bunk bed into a standing desk type thing, or like overhead storage type thing. Started sleeping on the floor to save space, and I've never looked back. I did kind of sleep on a de facto bed frame when I lived in that cellar for like 6 months. I kind of accidentally invented the bed frame independently because I was sleeping on the floor, and then I'm like, damn, if you sleep on the concrete foundation, it gets really cold, because I moved in there in January. So then I was like, I'll put it on a piece of plywood. And then I did that, and I was like, oh, it's kind of dirty down here, though. So I stuck the piece of plywood on cinder blocks, and then I'm like, wait, I just invented the bed frame. So that kind of counts. But really, I've not had a fully set up bed in a long time. And that's partially because I kind of like the added process of setting up the bed, because that makes me less likely to take naps in the middle of the day. it just makes it harder to go to bed in general, which is good for not like napping the day away or whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. I think the fold up bed is going to be the perfect like middle solution. Beds are the workbenches of the night. You got to keep them clean and ready to go. I suppose. Don't know if you saw the message earlier, but if you want, I can show you some 3D modeling stuff for free tomorrow after work. Okay. Yeah, if you want to send like recommendation, I guess it sounds like Fusion 360 is what I should be looking at for the easiest learning curve from Inventor. But yeah, I'm open to tips. Discovered your channel yesterday from literally watching a Van Neistat video and seeing your video and the recommendation. Big. YouTube is associating us. That's good. People don't know this, but like the YouTube algorithm is like entirely association based. It's not like people think that to grow on YouTube you have to like make videos consistent for long enough and then YouTube will figure out that like, oh, this guy's a woodworking channel. I'm going to recommend him to woodworking people. But it's not like categorized like that. It's actually completely run by association. So it'll be like people that watch Evan's videos also watch Van's videos, also watch Four Eyes Furniture videos or some camera YouTubers videos. And so it'll just go off of who the people with watch time on your channel also watch, and it goes off of that. So it doesn't actually categorize people. It just forms a network and sends people to other people in the same network. So it's good that it's associating me with Van. That means it has figured me out a little bit. Almost caught up to real time. It's unlikely lows or HD had anything that can HD I almost read as Harbor Home Depot had anything that can get your hand plane sharp enough. You might check out Woodcraft. Is that local? Is that a Woodcraft? I'll probably have to buy something online to get it like really sharp. But I haven't bought anything online in a long time. I've been shopping entirely local. Not that like big box. It's not for a moral reason at all. It's just out of convenience because I've been trying to turn around videos so fast. The last item I purchased online was in July. I bought a very specific HDMI cable. And since then it's been all local. So I just try to avoid it because I'm trying to turn around videos so quick that like by the time I'm like, oh, I need to buy this, it's like I need to buy this today. Because I'm kind of just, you know, living day by day with the daily content. But I need to plan ahead better and order some stuff. OMG, if you don't know about this website, yeah, I highly suggest you Soma FM. It's basically an online radio. Oh, I have heard of this. A lot of tracks were never published and only exist in vinyl. Does that mean no copyright claims? That would be sweet. Ooh, I'm kind of behind on the chat. Kiddo, you need a bed. That's what they all say. I'm 24. Let me be goofy. But yeah, I know. I mean, I sleep on like a mat. It's like comfortable. It's just I roll it up and stow it away to save space. Do you think people will be upset if I bring plywood and 2x4s on the train? If you hold up the train by bringing in a 4x8, maybe. But I don't think anyone would throw a fuss about 2x4s. That's a funny concept. I'm sure there's videos of people in New York doing that. Tried to change a LED panel yesterday. It melted my screwdriver. That's terrifying. DIY soldering iron. Let's see. All right, I gotta catch up. Bed routine is good whether it's making your bed or making your bed. True. Always invest in things that elevate you off the ground. Good shoes, good mattress, reliable airlines. True. Could you make a workshop tour with detailed info on what the products are? For example, you help me find the wire rack, or you could make a Discord category with your equipment. Maybe. I mean, I drop bits and pieces through the videos. Like, there's probably not much in the studio that I haven't talked about. But also, like, I don't recommend specific products. It's like, at the end of the day, who cares what hammer I have, you know? A hammer's a hammer. I recommend specific stuff when it's like really set apart or something that's better than everything else. But honestly, I don't have that much nice stuff. I kind of have just a lot of okay stuff. Invest in like nice power tools, I guess. Sometimes some of my stuff's Harbor Freight, but like got a DeWalt circular saw. That's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't recommend specific items that often unless I'm like really, really juiced about it. Just popped in to say I love your videos, mate. Can't stop watching. Love your perspective on day-to-day things. Thank you, Elliot. Harbor Freight is the bomb diggity. Indeed. Could put the lumber and the bike racks on the train. There you go. There you go. Wish Harbor Freight would come to Canada. Is it not in Canada? That's crazy. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if there's people that come across to Detroit and go to the Detroit Harbor Freight. Or like, you know, just come across the border for Harbor Freights wherever you're at. Dang, they really should expand. That's crazy. When I made one of my first videos earlier this year about cleaning out my workshop, it got loads of traffic for 30 minutes from an Adam Savage video from recommended. YouTube's pretty good at Rex. It is. That's cool. Put 2 brackets on a wall and sleep on them like a hammock. That's a Gangsta Paradise line. I'm 23 now, but I'll live to see 24. The way things is going, I don't know. That's me. Except for very different reasons. More lead paint than anything else. So for the bed, are you looking for a Murphy bed type deal? Yeah, but like sideways. Is a Murphy bed like it goes up fully? Mine is like it's going to go to the side under the workbench. But that's what I'm doing. I've got the hinges. I just need to figure out the exact geometry. And probably some kind of solution to keep the bed together when it goes 90 degrees. I don't know how Murphy beds do it. If it's like, I don't know, you just tuck everything in really well and hope it doesn't fall off. I don't know. I'm just going to stretch a truck bed net over it. And then literally that might be what I do. How's it been with wall neighbors? Not bad, actually. Not bad. I think my soundproofing efforts on this wall have been good. And the neighbors are very nice, so not bad at all. I was worried it was going to be somebody with super loud dogs or something, or a baby, and I'd be disturbing them, but it's all been good so far. Harbor Freight hopping. Yep. Bed above the desk with a ladder with storage space in between. I did think about that. Lofted beds kind of make me nervous, but it would work. Above the desk would make a dope bed. I mean, literally right now I could sleep on this. It's probably strong enough. I don't think it made it into the final video, but when I built this, I did pull-ups off of it. Like it's stronger than it looks without, because it feels like there should be a post right here on the corner, and there's not. But just having the posts on the ends and around the back the whole way, it's pretty damn strong. Because it's boxed up off the top too, so extra geometry. Velcro the mattress? Yeah, but like all the blankets on top and stuff. I live in a country where old shops are all we have for tools and woodwork stuff. My girlfriend's dad has a drill press. I have to marry her to get it. Sounds like a good deal to me. Free drill press, or well, not free drill press. Drill press for the price of an engagement ring and a wedding. Do you like cooking? I do meal prep. I'm a big meal prep guy, but yeah, I cook for myself. Got to save money, you know. Can't tell you the last time I ate out anywhere. Actually, it was probably a Goodfellas pizza. That was probably the last time. Take a page from bunk beds on ships. They have elastic straps holding the blanket down. That is a good idea. I'll look into that. Actually, I have some extra elastic strap from an old sewing project. I wonder if I have enough. Just have like a thing that hooks that come over and strap it down. Or just ratchet strap my bed down every night. My loft bed is kind of sketch because I designed it when I was like 16 and dumb, but the extra space is so nice to have. Yeah. Lofted bed was nice when I had a college roommate. I don't know how I would have survived without that. Yeah, beds in general just take up so much space, which is why I'm doing the folding under thing. Love your vids, mate. No one makes them like you from Australia. Thank you, David. 30K, congrats. Indeed. I kind of rushed to go live because I was at 29,998 and I was like, I got to hit it on stream. We're at 30,007 now. Very nice. Rice and chicken meal prep. Sometimes. More often it's like pasta and beef, stuff like that. Just eating cheap. You should move your smoke alarm that's mounted above that shelf. Smoke alarms need 5 feet of room to work properly. I kind of nerd out on smoke alarms. Interesting. Did not know that. Thank you. I have a carbon monoxide alarm somewhere else in the house too, or somewhere else in the room. That's a good idea. I should move that. Have you seen those videos online of like the smoke detector collection people? There's like a subreddit for smoke detector nerds. Kind of rules. Where do you learn to cook? I don't know. Literally just get like 3 or 4 meals you like. Just learn how to do pasta, cook different meats, mix things up, keep it simple. Bed above the workbench is actually a really good idea. It makes it slightly harder to nap during the day too. That's not a bad idea. I think I'm gonna keep it under the workbench for simplicity, because I honestly don't have enough scrap wood right now to like build a whole nother super tall, strong structure. Interesting, he said in confused manner. I do say that a lot. It's a lot of thinking that I gotta do during streams. I think with all the spray paint cans, the smoke alarm will do little good with the wood and everything. Yeah. If this place goes up, it's over. It's over. What I need is a sprinkler system. Is that a thing? Can I get an independently run sprinkler system? Renter-friendly sprinkler fire suppression system? Or get one of those things they have in airplane hangars where all the foam comes down? I shouldn't learn how to cook from you. It's about to be as wooden as that cake. Yeah. Here's your cooking tips. Get 2 pieces of 2x12, sand them down, wood glue them together. that's the scrap wood eating. Maybe cut some wood brackets to brace the part of that bed that attaches to the wall. Was that about the overhead or this one? I don't know. Sounds like a plan. You're the real legend piece from Australia. Thank you. Thank you. Peace from the United States. Wood chip porridge. I thought about it. I'm not even joking. I wanted to be able to say that I've eaten a 2x4. And so I was doing the math of like, if I ate a little bit of wood shavings every day, I think I've talked about this on stream before. If I ate a little bit of wood shavings every day, how much would I have to eat to cover a 2x4 in like a year? And it's kind of like a disgustingly large amount. A 2x4 divided into 365 pieces is still pretty kind of a lot of, of wood to eat. So I will not be doing that. Also, I'd have to make sure it's not treated lumber so I don't poison myself and die. And even then, it's probably not safe. But wouldn't that be so sick to be able to say I ate a 2x4? Home fire sprinklers have a suspiciously high rate of failure. Interesting. Interesting. Breakfast with Bev, the good old days. Yeah, I got to make another second channel one soon. I think next couple days. I'm getting to a good flow where I'm like doing a couple daily vids and then take a day of prep for a bigger project by doing a stream or a second channel. But I've only done one second channel video so far out of the 10 days. I kind of want to do another one, more candid update type thing. What percentage of Rice Krispie can you replace with sawdust before people notice? Oh yeah, that was an actual study, wasn't it? From like fast food companies or something. How much sawdust can you put in a Whopper? Stuff like that. You don't have insurance to eat a 2x4. Yeah. But there's got to be a very small amount of sawdust that you could eat every day. I'm not going to do it. Just thought it would be funny. Now red turns cellulose into sugar. Nah, health is a very delicate thing. I'm not going to mess with it. Don't want to push it. It's just a funny idea. I don't eat scrap wood. I do not. How long have we been going? An hour 12. Damn, that flew by. I don't have a backup. I don't have any like actual content today. I was just kind of going live to hang out, keep the streak. I feel like, I was going to go to the P.O. box to check it, but then I didn't do that. Oh, it's 8 p.m. What time does the Aldi close? I need food. I'm actually out of food. Ooh, they close at 8. I'm toast. What about the Kroger? Deciding if I have to wrap this up so I can actually get food. Okay, we're good. We're good. Don't overdo it. It's good to have one secondary channel, but not too many of them. It can just divide your subscriber base. Yeah, I've got the one that's just for random candid thoughts and extras. What's the second channel? Bevman, Bevman. Linked in the description. There's a Norwegian book from 1986 about a guy who decides to eat himself to see if there's a point at which he stops existing. That's funny. You trying to buy an Audi? No. I'm good. I'm good on the luxury cars. I like things that I can work on that don't break. Evan, I love your stuff. Your Discord server's a blessing. Congrats on 30K. Hope all your dreams come true. Greetings from North Macedonia. I'm going to sleep now. Keep doing your thing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the Discord server has been going off. It's kind of crazy to see how many people are in there now. It's an excellent spot just for advice or whatever. Like selfishly, even I just use it for getting advice on things. I was talking to somebody about hand planes the other day. APS film today with some of the camera nerds. All good people in there. It's a very good spot. I need food, he says, while completely surrounded by perfectly fine and sweet lumber. think my first car will be a Mazda MX-5 from '94. Yeah, there are a lot of parts and modifications for that one. Thin slices of 2x4 is almost like crispy bread. The Discord has been popping off. It has. We're like 1,100 members now. I've been loving it in there. I was worried when we got so many new members that it was going to need more moderators. But like everybody's been like really nice. Like there's been no bans. Aside from like occasional like somebody's account gets hacked, but like everybody's lovely in there. It's awesome. I'm pretty grateful for the community that we've got. I think it's like a luxury to have an older audience on YouTube, because like there's so many difficulties that come with just like seeing how toxic like gaming content creators communities can be, having like an audience that's largely like immature teenagers or whatever. And I'm just so grateful that like there's 30,000 people here and like it's all like just lovely people, you know? I think the numbers are kind of crazy. It's like 75% of my audience is older than me, which I feel like is kind of weird for YouTube, but I'm like very grateful for it. Is that a challenge to get banned? No. Please, no. Like your Discord server because I can get tips and find what things are. Yeah, it's a very good spot to learn. A lot of us came from Osman. True. Discord got blocked in my whereabouts. Weird. Strange. Is nerd a compliment? In my world it is, yes. If you're one of the camera nerds, that means you're one of the knowledgeable, passionate people about cameras. It's only a good thing in my world. Old age sucks. I wouldn't know. That sounds mean. I didn't mean it like that. I wouldn't know. I'm just a young buck. I don't know nothing. So far, I've enjoyed being older because I can do things. But I'm not looking forward to when I no longer have my parents' insurance. Other than that, I don't care for now. So we're just a bunch of elders? I don't know how I worded that exactly. I hope I didn't word it badly. I just meant older, as in like most of my audience is like 30 or in their 30s, which is like great for me. Like that means I have like mature, decent people for the most part. You lose your insurance at 26 because that's when things start falling apart. Ask me how I know. Yeah, not looking forward to that. If YouTube is my full-time career at that point, YouTube does not give health insurance to nobody. So we'll see how that goes. And that's why I bought the Harbor Freight respirator, so that I don't die when I'm not able to afford my health care. When I hit 45, the ibuprofen increased law. First Osmond video I ever saw was the excavator thing after seeing the handles. Really? So you saw Osmond through me? Is that what you're saying? That's crazy. Osmond's an OG. We love Osmond. Your new space looks amazing. I hope that you're feeling good and proud of it. Thank you. We're getting there. I'm proud of it, but there's so much to do still. I'm just getting started. I'm just trying to make enough money that one day I can have a house. Is that too much to ask? And then I can imagine once I build all this in like a house with space, tall ceilings. I'm going to buy a really, really crappy house and fix it up myself. That's the real content. Oh yeah, what's your main camera? I'm in yearbook, so I'm trying to see. Curious, what do you use in yearbook? I use, for the most part, I use Sony's. It's a mix. The main camera is an FX30, which is probably overkill for what I need, but I just like that there's buttons for every single thing. Dedicated buttons. I don't have to use the touchscreen ever, and it's just faster for me. Like the video quality is overkill, but the ease of use and like having it built for video is big. And I got it used, so it wasn't full sticker. Side camera, whenever I shoot outside, I use a A6600. I keep that one separate so that I can run that one outside while the FX30 is plugged in inside. And then the top-down camera that you see occasionally used, it was in yesterday's video, that is an M50, a Canon M50 Mark II, which you can get now for like $400. And you'd never know, really. The footage kind of matches up. It's just ease of use for me. That's the reason I have the nicer camera. Fun fact, I bought that camera the day that I lost my job. 2 hours before I got the call, I bought that camera, and I probably would not have bought it if I knew that I wasn't getting paid anymore. But here we are, and it served me well, so I'm glad I have it. Use Nikons. Classic. Genuinely curious, roughly how many hours a week do you dedicate to YouTube? It's everything right now. This is full-time. I'm doing my best to make a full-time income off of it, but it's a full-time commitment. It's like, since October has started, it's wake till sleep. Like, literally. The last 10 days, I went out with some friends one night. Probably had 4 hours off. But other than that, it's been like 12 to 16 hour days. But that's how I love to do it. Like, I just genuinely love working. I love making stuff. So it's always been just literally all of my free time, like going back years. So yeah, hours wise, I don't even know how to calculate it. If you say 12 hours a day for 7 days, roughly, call it 10 between eating and occasional socializing. 70 hours, I don't know. 30K congrats. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Carlos. Scrapwood house, spray painted walls. Probably. You know, depending on how much time I've got or what the situation ends up looking at like with finances and what interest rates look like and all that junk. Maybe when I get there, I'll just build a house instead of buying one. We'll see. Scrapwood house could be a reality. I watched a bunch of Mujin videos after last stream. They're great. Yeah, he's my favorite right now. He's my favorite to watch. Speaking of fixing old houses, yeah. He is... Just his editing style and his presentation is so refreshing. Oh snap, yeah, 30K sweet signed scrapwood giveaway is happening. Maybe. You're gonna eat the wood like cotton candy. I would love to. That sounds delicious. At work right now, but totally get that as soon as I'm off work on the videos until I sleep and even working on ideas when I get a lull. Yep. It's the only way that I can live. That's just what I enjoy. Since college. And then I dropped out of college because I was working on videos during class. Started learning some game dev thanks to the October challenge. Not much to show off, but thanks for the encouragement to start. I love it. Thank you. Oh, Jacob Dockenhouse. Good to see you. Hey man, congrats on 30K. We haven't talked in a while, but I've been following the journey. Good luck, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've never seen an Osman video either before seeing your custom handles and then looking at his unboxing. Crazy. I feel like he's huge. He's like one of the biggest creators in the space, but I guess it is kind of a different thing of like comedic building versus like the Van Neistat style of things is a kind of different genre. But yeah, I was watching him for a long time, since before the house burned down. Okay, everybody got to go. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Steve, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Give some wood to the kids. Now there's an idea. I wonder if we'll get trick-or-treaters here. I didn't think about that. It does seem like a trick-or-treating neighborhood. There's a lot of kids around here. Yeah, that'll be fun. I will not give them scrap wood. But that would be funny. You said you're trying to make a full-time income. How close would you say you are to that goal? Are you just doing odd jobs to make ends meet? So I haven't had a job for a year. What I did is I worked for a year, making a little bit of money, nothing crazy, and I saved half of what I made. So I was living on like $1,500 a month. I was making roughly $3,000 a month. So I literally just paid rent, paid for food that I just, I cooked, ate on $200 a month, and then maybe another couple $100 for video budgets. So I was living on $1,500, saved the other half, lived for the next year after that job went away off of the half of that salary that I saved. So I've been living for a year off of that, just like spending literally like $1,000 a month is it, like rent plus food, which is why you'll notice like any of my videos in the last 6 months, I basically haven't spent a dime. Like I rarely spend money in the videos. So what was the question? Oh, how close would you say you are to the goal? So like bare minimum to not like lose my house is like, or like lapse on the lease is like, I need $1,000 to $1,500 a month to like live. And I'm getting there, but I have been doing like random odd jobs to get by. Just like grabbing little videography gigs to pay the bills or whatever. But we're getting closer. I haven't had to like sell anything major yet, but I was thinking about selling some lenses that I don't use. But it's all part of the dream, it's all part of the getting there. I kind of enjoy it. It's stressful, but it's also fun. So, I mean, the people giving me a couple bucks a month on the website totals up to maybe $200 a month. So that helps. That's like food covered. Videos pay between $250 to $450, something like that. Usually $3 to $4 per 1,000 views. And I'm being transparent because I just like being transparent. Like I know there's other people here that would like to do the same thing, so no reason not to be. So like usually YouTube pays me like $200-$300 a month. This month it's better because I've been posting so much more. So this month might be the first time I might get close to paying rent off of the YouTube ad money alone. It's at like $500 for rolling total for the last 30 days. And that was mostly because I had a video get 50K or whatever with which one was that? The shelf video. And then occasional live stream donations get totaled into that too. So it's like $500 plus the $200 direct support, which is almost rent. So we're getting close. If I keep up the pace and keep up the slow growth going into November, December, I think I'm going to be okay. What I said at the start of this year, and I think I said this in the daily October videos last year, was I was like, I'm going to go until I run out of this money that I've saved. And then if I'm not able to make it, I'm just going to quit. But I was like, I will stretch my money. I'll make it to the end of 2024. And then I'll make the decision of like, okay, am I going to be a YouTuber or not? And it seems like it's going to work. I'm not giving up now. No time soon. I think it'll be okay. So that's the finances. We're getting there. Long story short. Consider playing Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2 if you're a game lover. I think it would be to your liking. I'm a Minecraft guy. I don't really play video games that much, but when I do, it's Minecraft. But I'll look those up. Halloween build? Possibly a themed build. I have one in mind for Christmas. I don't have a spooky Halloween build in mind, but I should consider that. Power tool pumpkin carving would be kind of fun. I don't know. Drop ideas if you got them. Spooky Halloween builds. I'm probably going to be out of town end of October, like 26th, 27th, 28th, around there. But I think I'm going to be back for Halloween. I'm going to go to a Halloween party, so I might not actually have a full video that day, but I might do like a Halloween video on the 30th or something. And then just like live stream or second channel video for the 31st to wrap it up. Yeah, there's got to be some good ideas. Spooky Halloween lens filter, camera mod, power tool, jack-o'-lantern. I don't know. You're building out of wood in Minecraft? True. Yo, Mall Wizard is here. What's up, bro? Good to see you, Mall Wizard. You came out of nowhere like in the last stream, but now you're like one of my favorite names to see just because Mall Wizard. Yo. Walkmans are an easy fix. You can learn at low requirements. Sounds fun. I'm a little behind watching what I can, but legitimately did very nearly the same thing. Living in California costs are a bit higher, but save for a year than lived for a year off savings. Nice. Was going for school for audio engineering instead of YouTube. Nice. Yeah, I like being in the Midwest because prices are pretty low. I thought about there's an alternate universe where right around the time that I was leaving my previous job, Safety Third, William Osmond's podcast, was trying to hire a producer. And I fully like drafted up a resume and an email and I just never sent it. But I kind of think I could have gotten that job just off of like the promise of like, hey, I've done YouTube, like I have a couple videos. And this was right after the excavator grips too. So like he knew my name. So there's an alternate world where I moved to California and did that. But instead I was like, I don't know, I have a little bit of money saved up. I'm just going to run it here in Indiana, save money instead of going out to California. And, you know, if it doesn't work in a year, maybe I'll take an opportunity like that. That was my plan. So I didn't pursue that. But there's a very close alternate reality where I tried to get a job with them out in California. And they just posted an update the other day that now they're looking for a producer again. So my opportunity comes back up. But I think I'm doing well enough that it's probably better for me to just keep doing my thing. Updates on the spaceships and its board game and the injection molding. No major updates on that. That's kind of a longer term project that I have to do a lot of work offline. And so just naturally with the October daily videos, like I just haven't had the time. Like I would try to, with the big board game project, like I would try to set aside a day and a half each week to work on that when I was doing the weekly videos. So usually how it would work is I would post on a Tuesday and then Wednesday I would work on the board game. But right now that's kind of taken a back seat because of, you know, daily videos. I gotta edit every single day. So I just don't have as much downtime for the behind the scenes projects. But I have some promising leads on mold milling, stuff like that. That's something I have to get 3D scanning set up for. That's kind of a hold up right now. Is the daily videos are kind of progressing towards getting there because desk build, mounting sewing machines. Second desk build, mount the 3D printer, do some 3D printing projects, get that working, then dive into 3D scanning. Then I can do V2 of the spaceships. And then once I have those set up, then I can get those aluminum milled. And then we're back to injection molder. There's a whole set of injection molder upgrades I'm doing where instead of being hand pump, it's going to be run by a motor. So it's all like sequential. There's like 10 steps to get there. But you'll see it all come together. Everything is related. Everything is tied together. But very excited on that project. I got a draft of the board game in recently, so doing some beta testing behind the scenes with friends and family. Doorbell candy dispenser for trick-or-treaters while they're gone. Yeah. If I were more of a Raspberry Pi Arduino kind of guy, I would. Actually, I bet I could do that mechanically. Yeah. Yo, do you use a mechanical keyboard or a membrane one? Mechanical, brother. Mechanical. Boom. Oh, bad lighting. 75 key ortholinear. The PCB is XD75. Rocking it no case. Raw dogging the PCB. Just out on the desk, which I probably shouldn't be doing. What switches do I have in here right now? I think they're Gateron yellows. Gateron yellows are my go-to. Yep. Boom. Gateron yellow. That's the setup. I've got a video on the short list of making custom keycaps and a case for this thing. But that thing's been on the short list for so long. It's just one of those things that keeps getting pushed back because like I don't really need it right now, but I will get there. Linears are the best. Looks badass. Yeah, I used to think I was a tactile guy. I was on like clears and browns, but I was just like, I don't know. It's not the feel. And just with audio, obviously clickiness is not the best. So I'm a linear guy. But yeah, Gateron yellows over cherry reds. Or what are they called? Cherry MX reds? It's been a while. You're good at making stuff. Are you secretly Jigsaw? No. I don't know what you're talking about, Mall Wizard. Hi, I'm new on your channel. How do you get confidence to film your videos? I have some videos on my second channel about this. It's in the description. From like, honestly, the Daily October thing started as me trying to get better at talking to cameras. So if you go back 2 years and you watch the first episodes from October 2022, it's literally just me like figuring out how to talk to a camera. Or even if you go back to the main channel videos I was making around then, a lot of them are private, but like the first video on this channel, you can see me in 2021 talking extremely softly and not being good at it at all. It's literally just practice. Like, I don't know. I think people overcomplicate it. It's literally practice. It's like any other skill. You just got to put in the time. Listen to yourself talk for so long that your voice is no longer annoying. Edit enough videos of yourself. I would recommend a good way to start and get good is literally practice in private. I think a big thing in the social media era we're in right now is like everything has to be public. But I think getting good at something in private can be underrated. If you're the kind of person where public accountability gives you energy, then post publicly. But if you're the kind of person that might make you afraid to start, then literally just talk into a camera every day, edit it, look at how you're talking, get over the sound of your own voice, upload them to YouTube even and just leave it unlisted. Don't show anybody and just look at it and you'll get better. That's my advice. Because I was like a shy kid. Like I'm a big time introvert. Like I was never the most confident kid, and like honestly, I got good at talking to cameras before I got good at talking to people. Now I'm fine, but like it's just a totally it's just a skill set that you got to get good at. Like some of the most sociable people I know get really nervous talking to cameras. It's an entirely different thing that you just have to practice. Squeaky microphone arm. What's next on the Tucson? Love seeing that thing evolve. Let's check the short list. I've got everything on the short list color coded by whether it's studio upgrades, camera videos, assorted, board game project stuff, or car stuff. Oh, that's the wrong short list. There's a separate one for the daily videos. Jackknife car key has been requested ever since I mentioned it in that video. A couple people have been asking for tutorials on that. So jackknife car key will be a thing. Modding the car key onto a Swiss Army knife. Although that's not really about the car. That's just the key. A silly one that could be an easy one-day project. Car hood cup holders. The concept is whenever I'm working on my car, I'm usually sipping on a mug of coffee. And it's nice to have a little flat spot that you can set it down on the hood of the car instead of it being angled and the cup of coffee falls over. So I just cut a little circle into the hood of the car, put a little piece in there, and have a cup holder on the roof of the car for whenever I'm working on it. That's a silly one, but cup holders on the inside too that I'm probably going to make out of scrap exhaust pipe or something, or probably not scrap is a bad idea, but buy some new exhaust pipe and just make some cup holders out of tubing because I scrapped out the entire interior of that car. There's no cup holders anywhere. What I use right now is out of the AC ducts, you can put a cup in there, and if you're running the AC, it'll keep your drink chilled, or if you're running the heat, it'll keep it hot, which is kind of funny. But I do need like actual cup holders, so that's an easy one. The whole pallet wood bed is going to get redone in metal. That kind of requires a budget of, because I need to buy a lot of like steel for that, unless I find a good way to scrap steel. I'm thinking about picking up a bunch of free filing cabinets and welding them together into taking sheet metal out of that. I don't know. So kind of like hidden tool storage in the back doors and underneath the bed. That's a thing. Finishing up the grill and the bumper and doing a rear bumper. That's something. I don't know if that's a one-day project, but I do have to make some progress on the car, because if I wait until November when I'm done with the everyday videos, I'm still going to be posting frequently, but if I wait till November, it's going to be cold as hell. So there's kind of some stuff I want to get some of this done before it gets cold out. What else on the car? There's a lot of bigger stuff, like starting to weld the roll cage in, but that's going to need like $400 of nicer tubing. I'm not going to use scrap metal for that. That needs to be nice because it's like structural. Maybe a basic maintenance video, just like literally changing the oil. I got to switch out some calipers, possibly something like that. But as for mods, yeah, the bed and then getting roll cage mounts is the next stuff up. Oh, and painting it. I might paint it again before it gets cold out, just because I want to. I just change the color every couple of years because it gets boring. Can you moonwalk real quick? I don't think I can. Every short list eventually turns into a long list. That's true. I cut out some of the stuff from my short list, put it in the extra short list for daily videos. So that's the short list. Next project tomorrow is restoring this hand plane. And then after that, like I said earlier, it's all sequential. All these things are just a complex web of stuff that needs to get done. Because what I really want to do right now is build the next desk over here so that I can hinge up my bed. So before I hinge the bed, I have to build the workbench. Before I build the workbench, I need to surface some new wood to build that thing. To surface the new wood, I need to get the hand planer working. So next video is hand planer. And then once all that's done, then I have the new desk and I can set up the 3D printer and then, yeah. Whole chain of things. But tomorrow will be the planer. PVC could work for cup holders? True. I want it to be nice and rigid though, so I'm thinking literally just like exhaust tubing, weld it to the door. PVC would work though. I'm just trying to keep as much of it metal as possible. Oil that mic arm unless it's a brand thing. Yeah, no, it needs oiling. I keep remembering that when I go live, and then as soon as I stop the live, then I forget. WD-40. Fun fact, WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's good at pulling grime out of stuff, but it's not technically a lubricant. When is WD-50 coming out? True. Yo, Chase. Let me know if you need consulting help on the coffee mug holder design. I will. Mostly, I'm probably gonna add a couple different kinds. Cause like this needs a spot, but that's a very different design from a like gas station coffee cup. Like, so there'll probably be a couple different sizes. But the use case is mostly gonna be that metal water bottle and coffee cups. Oh, but if you're talking about the coffee mug holder on the hood, that's for mugs. But that should be fine because that won't be in motion. Has the bed been working well? Working lovely. I kind of thought I was going to have to add like what's it called? Joists. Because on all these workbenches, like it's framed off like an 8-foot 2x4 at the front, and then the 19-inch pieces here, and then I think there's 2 or 3 across the middle to keep it really rigid in the middle. I thought I would have to do the same thing for the bed, but I used thicker plywood on that. I used a 1/2-inch plywood, and it really doesn't move. So maybe I'll probably add 1 or 2, but I also want to keep the weight low because it is going to get hinged up eventually. So it's been fine. Although it does smell like wood stain. I'm kind of hoping that keeps setting and kind of comes out a little bit. Or otherwise I'll have to like wash it down with like a solvent or sand it or something to get that out. I probably shouldn't have done a dark stain on it because it's not going to get like, it's not getting seen. So there's no reason for it to be stained. And it just, I'm just inhaling wood stain fumes all night. Damn, that really does need to, I guess maybe it was just tightened a lot. Nah, it's just borked. I'll remind you after dinner. Yeah, ping me in the Discord. Hey, oil your mic arm. Yeah, I gotta do that. Hand planer looks like a doorstop, kinda. Lyndon, what's up? How's it going? How should I mount an Owala water bottle onto a carabiner? I don't know what that is, but if it's got a clip on it, I mean, should be easy. While keeping it locked? Do you have a locking water bottle? I don't know nothing about none of that. I just got a screw. I do need to make a new lid for this because it's like broken. It's literally just a piece of plastic like shattered off. I think I'm going to cut it keep the original threads and then stick like a nice finished wooden piece on top. I need to invest in a flask. Flasks are nice. You can store water or other things in them. A flask can pay itself off pretty quick if you're going to baseball games where beer costs $6. Just a thought. Have you read anything that has shaped your views as a creator? Not really. I love the idea of reading. I just need to get into it more. I've been thinking about that a lot recently, actually, just trying to cut down my digital intake. And I guess the problem is, like, I work in YouTube, and so for some reason I feel like I have to be like studying YouTube. But more and more now I feel like I'm on to my own thing, and like I don't need to watch other people's stuff for ideas. And so maybe it would be better to pull inspiration from books. So I have been thinking about that. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the video or not in the voiceover, but I want part of this thing back here to be like, when the bed frame folds up, I want like a little armchair back there and make it like a kind of reading nook, like a little chill spot by the window. Because I do want to get into books more. I've been tallying up book recommendations from people. But if anybody's got book recs, send them through. Could be a cool thing in the Discord. I don't know if people in the Discord are big time readers, but a book recommendation channel. I just added a film and TV one for film recs. I have a book. I'll get it in the mail for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I want to get into reading. I've got a couple decent ones back there that I need to read. Some Van Neistat book recs that I got to read through. I don't want to get a Chinese one made of lead or arsenic or something. True. For water bottles, yeah. Self-defense bottle. I like it. We're almost at 2 hours and I'm hungry as hell, and I only have an hour before the grocery store closes, so I think I'm going to wrap it there. Even though we got 61 people, that's kind of a lot. I think that's it because I got to hit the grocery store before 10 so I can eat. Yeah, that's all for today. Expect a video tomorrow. Might be out kind of late, as they have been the last couple days. I'm going to try to crank it out pretty fast because in theory this planer should be a pretty simple resto. Just kind of clean it, sand it down, maybe refinish, re-oil the wood bits. Just all depends on how long sanding that or sharpening that blade takes. But hopefully it's a quick one. I have it out by 6 or 8 p.m. That's the hope. Expect that, and then a video the day after probably, and then more to come. Hear the shop opens soon, almost 4 a.m. Damn. Make sure you're shipping with media mail for the books to save on costs. Good tip. 61 Scrapwood Play Squad members. Big 30. Yeah, thanks for 30K, folks. This is big. We're only just getting started, folks. Oh, that's... All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow. Wait, did I click it? I was reading Lyndon's message. I've been not using Amazon. I'm sure you have to wait considerable time for shipments to come. How do you pass the time when you've ordered a super cool new gear, but it doesn't come for a week? Yeah, I order from a lot of smaller retailers and eBay, but eBay is pretty good. They get stuff to me in 4 days all the time. I don't know, I just order ahead of time. But like I said, I've been buying local. I haven't really bought anything online The last thing I bought online was in July. No, you did not click it. Bonus content, bonus question from Lyndon. All right, now it's stopping for real.